Cute little turtle. Hey, welcome everybody to our Sunday gathering. We are so grateful you're here and giving us your precious time today. If we haven't yet met, I'm Sandra Champlain. I'm joined with my wonderful friends, Darren Wynn and Stephen Trolland. He is our guest speaker and our guest medium, and he's just a fabulous person. You may know him from last year being on our Sunday gatherings. Our Sunday gathering today, our theme is finding the beauty in grief. Stephen will be doing our address today and also our medium demonstration and really opening up that conversation. But while we're together, you'll hear a little short story from myself on how I've found some beauty from grief and from Darren as well. Darren will be doing our prayers today, also the words for the week down towards the end. I will be doing the healing and also the reading with you, of course, handling all the behind the scenes things. And Stephen, as we say, is going to be doing our address and the demonstration of mediumship. So whether this is your first time on the Sunday gathering or you've been here many times in the past, we welcome you. It unfolds as we go. Don't feel like you need to know anything ahead of time. I will explain everything. But yes, you read it right. We have been going strong now for 5 years, and we will keep on keeping on, really letting you know that you are loved, that our loved ones are still around, even though they have passed, and giving everything we've got to empower you, comfort you, and giving you some tools really to live as a human being and know that you're never alone. So with that, welcome. I'm going to send it over to Darren for our opening prayer.
Hello, everyone, and a massive welcome to all of you. And wow, 5 years. It doesn't sound a lot, but when you put it in context, my, that's a long time. And I'm looking forward to being on this Sunday gathering with Stephen and Sandra and you guys. And it will be a fantastic Sunday gathering, hopefully, as always. So if you'd all like to close your eyes and join me for today's opening prayer. We come together here today in unison, coming together as one, as friends, brothers and sisters from throughout our lands. We join together here today with that common theme of grief, something we have all experienced at some point within our lifetime. And as we come together here today, we do so with that same goal and intent within our hearts and our minds, so that we can experience the joys and wonders of bringing the two worlds together as one, under that banner of We Don't Die. And we get to feel and hear and sense the beauty of all those that have gone before us in the unseen world. And as we come together today in this Sunday gathering, we come together in love, peace and harmony, with no demands or no expectations, but allow our workers here today to express the views, the words and the thoughts of all those loved ones in the unseen world, to bring us those moments of joy, healing and upliftment. And as we come together here today, we do so with no demands or no expectations, but know that anything is possible. And we come together in the understanding and knowing that country of residence, pathways walked and languages spoken holds no barriers or boundaries to those in the unseen world, as there is no prejudice. Each and every one of us here today will get to experience the wonders and joys of bringing the two worlds together again. And as we allow ourselves to fall back into the arms of eternity once more, each and every one of us can immerse ourselves in that unconditional love and that healing balm to allow us to feel in a lot better place once we leave here today. So as we open up this Sunday gathering, we do so with smiles upon our faces, positivity within our minds, and love within our hearts, so that we can create that perfect meeting ground in which the two worlds can truly come together as one. And we ask, as always, that that healing light continue to shine to all four corners of our world, or to wherever it may be needed, to bring that joy and that comfort and that love to all those hearts and minds that may be in need on this day. So without further ado, my friends, we welcome you here today. Amen. When we talk about grief and look at grief, each and every one of us here today has experienced grief in some way, shape or form without our lives. But today's Sunday gathering is the beauty we've experienced from grief, which is a bizarre thing to say, isn't it? You know, when we think of grief and the sadness it brings, but hopefully as we progress throughout those stages of grief, we can truly look back and think, what have we got from this? What have we benefited from this? How have we gained from this? And I can only talk from my own experience. Like I said, we've all had many moments of grief within our lives. But one that sticks out for me is my husband, my auntie and my uncle, who were husband and wife. They passed 10 years and 2 days apart from each other. And they, when you looked at them, they were what you saw love to be. They was, happily married, always, oozing that love. But I used to live up in the north of England where I was born, and that's where they live around the corner from me. So I'd always known them since birth. They was always there for me. And obviously when I was a baby, I was christened and they became my godparents. And I couldn't have asked or picked better godparents in my life. They were the closest thing to a mum and dad as my mum and dad are. And luckily they were close to my mum and dad as well. But they were if I picked or summarized somebody I'd want to follow, somebody I admire, that's who they were. They were fun. They were full of laughter. They was always, positive. Didn't matter what was going on within their lives. You never would have known it because they always oozed that happiness and that positivity. And like I said, for me as a youngster, they was always there. We would spend days upon days around their house. If we wasn't around their house at least twice a week, something was wrong. We spent Christmases together, birthdays together, you name it, we did. Every Sunday we was around there without fail. And my auntie and uncle, they was a lot older than I was, obviously. But when we was together, it was like we were the same age. Even when I was 6 years old, 7 years old, 10 years old, it's like we were the same age. They spoke to me on that level. They acted on that level. And there was things we did silly things together. Even the mundane things like going to the supermarket, shopping for groceries. It was fun. We looked forward to it. And they never took life seriously. Like I said, there was always making jokes, always laughing, always making the best of any situation. And if I said to you guys now, come on, let's go to the supermarket and do some grocery shopping, you think, oh, not again. But you know what? With them, it was fun. They had nicknames for each other that they used to shout out to each other in the shops. And they did the silliest, most randomest things. And eventually, when I moved down to south to London, they stayed up north. But they used to visit twice a year. And the mischief we got up to. We used to go to the local seaside resort every year. But we would do the most random things. And there's one thing that sticks in my mind. I remember we came out of my house one time in London. I was still a kid. And it was a shopping trolley, the supermarket shopping trolley, put your groceries in. Somebody had obviously left it in the street. And me and my auntie both sort of looked at each other, glanced. And it was her, goes, shall we? Bearing in mind she was over 50 years old. And I said, what are you thinking? She said, if I get in a trolley, she said, you can push me around the streets. And we did. We was running hilariously. People thought we was mental. I was running fast with this trolley. She was screaming. My uncle caught it on camera, which will not be shared. But I mean, we've done the most silly and most stupidest things. And obviously the day came, they both passed suddenly, like within 10 years and 2 days of each other. And it was like a big hole was left. And I know Sandra said last week, we was laughing and joking. I said, if you summarize us in 3 words, what 3 words would you use? And Sandra said to me, if I was to summarize you, Darren, it would be wise, caring, and sangria. And we all laughed. But I thought, do you know what? If I was to summarize my uncle and aunt, those would be the same 3 words that I would use. Wise, caring, and sangria. And sangria means more than one thing to me. It's a personal thing with my auntie and uncle, and it means so much. And I thought, you know what? That's the beauty I've got from them. I've taken on some of their traits, some of their characteristics, and kept them alive in some way, shape, or form. I'm not going to be them because I am me, I'm an individual. But the things that I adored in them and others adored in them, being wise, being happy, being fun, and sangria. Hopefully, I've lived up to that and kept their spirit going, so to speak. But I've taken all the good that they've trained and taught me over the years. And I think for me, that's the beauty I've got from them. So I thank Sandra for highlighting that last week. And like I said, they're the three characteristics. If I was to summarize my auntie and uncle, that would be it. So thank you, and I'll hand you on to Sandra.
Oh, thanks so much, Darren. That brought tears to my eyes because you're great and you're just keeping their memory on through who you are being. So that's lovely. Oh, okay, so we've got a short reading. It's going to hopefully engage your imagination. Once upon a time, in a serene village nestled between the lush green hills, there lived a woman named Ilara. She was known for her vibrant garden filled with colorful flowers that attracted butterflies, birds, and the admiration of everyone who passed by. Ilara poured her heart into nurturing her garden, finding joy in the blossoming of every petal, every fluttering wing. However, one fatal day, tragedy struck. Ilara lost her beautiful partner, Adrian, who had been her rock and inspiration. The world around her dimmed, and her once vibrant garden began to wilt, reflecting her heartache. The flowers that had bloomed so brilliantly now drooped, and the butterflies seemed to have vanished. Ilara felt lost in her grief, unable to see the beauty that once surrounded her. As weeks turned into months, Ilara would sit in her garden, tears streaming down her face, longing for the laughter and the love she had lost. One evening, overwhelmed by her sorrow, she fell asleep among the withering flowers. In her dreams, she found herself in a magical realm where colors danced and laughter echoed. There she met a wise old butterfly named Mira, who had once been a caterpillar, just like the countless butterflies that filled Ilara's garden. Mira spoke gently to Ilara, saying, "Grief is like the dark cocoon a caterpillar wraps itself in before transforming itself into something beautiful. It may feel suffocating, but it is a necessary part of the journey. You must allow yourself to feel and heal, just as I did, to emerge as your true self." When Ilara awoke, she felt a flicker of hope. Inspired by Mira's words, she began to embrace her grief instead of shying away from it. Each morning, she would tend to her garden, speaking to the flowers and sharing stories of Adrian. She poured her love into the soil, planting new seeds alongside the old, believing that life could emerge from her heartache. As the seasons changed, so did Ilara. Slowly, she began to see new growth in her garden. Buds blossomed where once there was only decay. Vibrant colors returned, and with them, butterflies began to flit about, drawn to the beauty that had been nurtured through love and loss. One sunny afternoon, as Ilara marveled at her transformation of the garden, a stunning butterfly landed on her shoulder. It was Mira, shimmering in iridescent colors. "You have embraced your grief, Ilara," she said, "and in doing so, you have woven your sorrow into beauty. Just as a rainbow appears after a storm, your heart has found a way to shine again." Ilara smiled through her tears, understanding that her grief had changed her, but it had also allowed her to create something new and something beautiful. Her garden flourished, becoming a sanctuary of hope for others who had experienced loss. Each flower represented a story of love, resilience, and the beauty that can arise from grief. In time, Ilara became a beacon of inspiration for her village, reminding everyone that just like the caterpillar transforms from the darkness into a butterfly, and rainbows grace the sky, and only after the rain Grief and hardships can lead to profound beauty and growth. And as she tended to her garden, Ilara knew that love, though it may change form, is never truly lost. It simply transforms, allowing new life to blossom in an unexpected way. So that's our reading for today. And just to mention my own story, those of you who have known me, you know this story, you do. But those who don't, it was 15 years ago, then my dear dad was diagnosed with cancer. 5 months later, he passed. And in that time, of course, I was very close to my dad, with him almost every day. And not only his passing, but the arguments and fights amongst my siblings caused those relationships to end. Hopefully not forever, but they're still on pause right now. That grief led me to hitting rock bottom. Couldn't have felt any worse. And I'm here to tell you the story because I have transformed into that butterfly. It was through my deepest, darkest times that I went on the journey to understand grief, why it has to hurt so bad, what happens to us, that good people would turn a little crazy and we'd have all these arguments. And that ended up turning into my book, We Don't Die. It turned into more an adventure of looking for evidence of the afterlife. That turned into my 2 podcasts with now close to 700 hours of episodes. And of course, 5 years ago, that turned into the Sunday Gathering. And now I have some of the best friends that I ever had in life. Not ones I have to be superficial around, but that I can share everything and also share my passion for the afterlife, words about having a powerful life. And certainly I've been able to give them a call when I've been crying and deeply grieving. So don't underestimate whatever it is you're going through. I always know, and I fully believe that sometime in the future, you'll be looking back upon this time and you'll find your own beauty within the grief or the good that came out of it. And it may just be as simple as being there for a stranger who needs to hear exactly what you have to say. So with that, I'm going to play our healing song. And if you haven't sat for healing before, it's just a beautiful opportunity to send our love and healing to the world. There are people, places, pets, animals, cities, as we know. There's so much suffering going on. And when we can be in that present mindful state, even just listening to the beautiful song, those in the unseen world can take our human energy and direct it to wherever it's needed. So if you want to visualize something, visualize what's right. Visualize maybe anyone that needs healing, that they're healthy, whole, well, complete, happy, laughing, maybe a little wisdom in that sangria, whatever that may be. And like I said, those in the unseen world can use our energy and direct it to where it's going. So we've got a song, beautiful song from Charles Esten called Somewhere in the Sunshine. And after the song is over, the next voice you'll hear is from our beautiful friend, medium Stephen Trolland. So let me find this song for you.
Thank you, Sandra. And thank you, Darren, both for those beautiful words and the music as well. It's treasured songs for me, and I do hope that it's touched you special people in that special place, a space within you that we call the spirit world, that space of soulfulness, that space that knows no boundaries. And the beauty within the soul is it knows no grief because it's already embracing those you love in the spirit world. It's just the conscious mind might not be aware of it because of the life that we live in here just now. And as Sandra and Darren shared their stories, everyone has their own. Everyone. And so unique. But within each story, no matter what hardship is there is beauty. That's what I do know. I also have been hit with grief just recently with my beloved mum. Sadly, to this world, slipped away and fell asleep, to be met and embraced and loved by those that we cannot physically see in the spirit world. But that also the beauty of it is that she's still loved by us here. As my little boy likes to call it, I've got a 6-year-old boy called Brody. And then when we, my wife, go for a cuddle, he wants to get into the middle and he calls it a love sandwich. So I would say those you love in the spirit world are having a love sandwich right now, sandwiched between the two worlds. But I did have the honour of standing up and saying a few words on my mum's day at the celebration of her life. And I'd like to share a few words with you that I wrote. But it just goes to show within the grief itself, something beautiful came. So as I say these words, I would like for you to draw your awareness to your breath and also think about those that love you, those you love. You know, my mum as well, just for a little second, it's the reason why the title of this came. No matter what troubles she went through, absolutely no matter what, she would always say, I'm fine. I'm fine. Even after calling the ambulance, and I was in the ambulance with her, and we were going up, and she's the one in the bed, and with her eyes closed. And I thought, because we were being brave for her, and I thought I'd just take a moment while she was lying there with her eyes closed, just to put my head in my hands, and just let a few tears go silently, only to look up and she was staring straight at me. Stephen, I'm fine. And you wonder, because that was the beginning of her journey in some sense to that space of awareness in the spirit world, although she did always say she was fine in this life, but at that time of knowing this in some sense, you wonder, is that other part within her, within your loved ones? Sometimes they know, there's a part of us that knows what happens and what's happening, even though the conscious mind may not believe it, register it in some sense. And that was part of the reason of why I chose that last song, as that song was weaved within my thoughts as I was at my mum's house. As I was staying there and looking after her for a little while. And I started to play that song, and that was my last night there with her. I believe there was a part of me that already knew that she's going to be somewhere in the sunshine, just like all your loved ones, and there is no separation. But anyway, this is entitled I'm Fine, but you think of those you love, because this is meant for you guys. When I slip away from physical sight, remember that my love still lives. Don't learn to live without me. Just learn to live with my love in a different way. And if you need me, listen to your heart. Even now, in this very moment, as truly my living presence is within these very words. And I'm not just memories, you know. Just ask me to be within your precious moments, because I'm there. I'm here, and I'm fine. Do me a favor. Love yourself like I do. Here, I can still care for you. Just speak to me whenever you wish for me to sit with you. Or even just imagine, what would I say or do Don't learn to live without me. Just treasure me in your own unique way, our way, like you have always done, because I'm there. I'm here, and I'm fine. Just like the stars are wrapped around the earth, I do the same with you now, in this very moment, with my living love still blossoming, wrapped around and within your world. And just like the stars that will always and forever shine, I will still shine with you. I'm there. I'm here. And I'm fine. You will still miss me, but your hardships will soften through time. You see, all this is just the nature of life. And just like it is nature, for the stars to softly fade into the morning sun, although you can't see me, I'm there. I'm here, and I'm fine. And I am with you learning to live with me and my love in this new way. You are not alone. Remember that nature, it cannot lie. So think of us here now as a part of nature, of life. We are all a part of life, weaved within its beauty. I am everywhere, anywhere you wish me to be, but most of all, I'm here and I'm fine. Distance, it does not matter. And remembering that nature cannot lie, and our love being a big part of it, this, for me, is the binding strength that continues to be the thread of life that still weaves our soul, our heart, and mind together. And through this thread, and in time, your thoughts of separation and hardships will soften. But I'll help you. And there may be times that you may not know it, but I will gently and softly kiss your mind and just hug you with my presence to help ease you where no words are needed, like I have always done. But with thought being a natural and living expression of nature, I can still softly weave my love within yours, so you can still know that I'm there. I'm here, and I'm fine. The beauty of life is within everyone, and it is still within me too. And the expression of life is everywhere. The only difference now is our perception and how you look for me and find me in your moments now. Our moments. I am within every breath and every heartbeat. I'm there. I'm here. And remember to love yourself in the way I do, and then I'll be fine. So those words, excuse me, speaks of keeping those you love very present in your life. Not once did I say she was this or was that. I was honouring her wishes. I wonder, what's the wishes of your loved ones? Even if it's you're here for the first time and it might be just a possibility, why not give it some attention of the possibility? Because what I do know is what you give your attention to in life, you give your power. And if you give your power, you give your presence. And if you give your presence, that's the key. But the truth is, or the question is, what is the presence? Where does the presence come from? The very core of you. That space of awareness already within you, where all that sensitivity is. You know, soul is a Greek name for psychic, so everyone's psychic. It just depends on how much we give it our attention. And by doing that, we're giving ourselves healing. We're bringing new perspectives into our life. We're giving our attention to those we love in the spirit world, because that is the meeting place. And you know, there is this saying that many say is heal the soul. Personally, for me, I do not believe that's true. I believe it's the purity and the beauty within the expression of the soul that heals the mind, and therefore brings beauty into your lives. It brings your beauty into the arms of those that love you still. And you know what? Lifetimes, a few of the words that I said at the beginning is because we've only got a short space of time. I don't like the word funeral. I'd rather say celebration of life. And it was such a short space of time. And the truth is, absolutely, it is impossible to bring the love and the beauty of the life of somebody into life and remember everything. You see, every heart could say thousands of words, and there's lifetimes of thoughts and emotions. And the other beauty in it is each and every one of us, as we come together with those we love in this life and the spirit world, we can bring the best out in each other. But it's the uniqueness in that. I mean, for me, if I could stand up there and try and bring into perspective everything about my mum, I'm 51, so it's going to take around about 51 years, eh? And then think of other ones and you know, everyone that's present and people that aren't able to be there in person, you know, because many of you have, I know that have missed the passing of somebody's loved one, when you just feel you wanted to be there to comfort and hold their hand, or somebody has been just ripped away from you. I mean, let's look at the core again. The soul. Does the soul know grief? I think it will see it in you. I think that beauty, you'll see that in you. I mean, your soul wants you to live a loving and fulfilled life. You know, what do you want to give your attention to? But out of every demonstration, hundreds, or should I say thousands of demonstrations and readings over the years, each and every one has the same message, that they want for you to see the best in yourself. If you're fine, then they are. And you've got a job to do now. You've got the job of planting the richness of those you love in the spirit world, in the hearts and minds of others. To allow seeds, new life, time to blossom, to nurture that within our children or grandchildren or friends. You know, when I was reading that, and there's many times it just brings my awareness to it now, it's been as I just realised that now actually, when it says I'm here, it's in her heart. My wee 6-year-old boy, Brody, he says, my granny's in my heart. Oh, and that in itself, you know, the innocence that we have just because a part of us doesn't know what's ahead. A part of us wants to believe, maybe, that there's a spirit world or the possibilities of it. But I know there's a part of you that does know. If you can take your awareness, it's not easy. If you could take your awareness inwardly and just take a deep breath, I think of one memory, one beautiful memory, and that could just simply be a smile of someone you love. You've just dropped a seed of beauty in their hearts, their soul, in their minds. And now it's coming time and in the moment that we'll be able to, I'll do my best anyway, for them to plant the seed of beauty in your heart, in your mind, to let you know, I'm fine. I'm here. I'm here within every breath and every heartbeat. Every heartbeat. Just ask yourself one question, 2 questions actually. What would they want of you? How would they want you to feel now and forever moving forwards? But also, what's the dream of your soul? Remember, the soul knows no boundaries. It's that part of us that connects us all here now, countries and thousands of miles apart. But yet, because we're all a part of the natural world of cause and effect, the natural world of the Great Spirit, if you like, that part that's just non-physical, we are all connected. And our soul sees the beauty in each other. And that's the thread of life that unites us here this evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you're coming from. So with those words, I'm so honored just to feel the beauty at this minute in time, you know. It had to be so true for me to sit here and do this. And that's why I chose that song at the beginning, to bring me into that space of hardship in some way with that song. But within hardship, beauty arises. And that's right there within you and still within those you love. Be the thread that unites your mind, your heart, your soul. Wrap your arms around them. Just love them in your mind. And you're giving them the greatest gift. The greatest gift. So with all those words, I'll say thank you for listening to me. And I'll pass you over to Sandra.
Stephen, thank you so much on behalf of all of us. You touched a place in my soul. I've had a few tears over here. Friends, if I could ask you to press your raise hand button as just a thank you, if those words from Stephen made a difference for you. And Stephen, you're going to see 100 and some hands up there. Beautiful words. Beautiful words. With that, my friends, we are going to move on to our demonstration of mediumship, and we have Stephen for that as well. If this is your first time at a Sunday gathering, or if you've been to many other, just a refresher of how this happens. Stephen is a long-time medium, and he's got a special way of working with those in the afterlife, and they work with him. They will use his thoughts, his memories, his feelings, maybe his sense of smell, taste, songs, who knows? But we are all unique individuals, whether we're here on earth or we're in the spirit world. So they'll introduce themselves to him, and he will do his very best to describe the person that is with him. And we want everybody to be on the edge of your seat for this. Really listen in, because our loved ones are with us. They are. And those in the spirit world know that you're watching or listening. So you might be thinking you're alone, but oh no, as Stephen said, they're here with us. So as he gives a description, if you can understand the full description of the person that he mentions as a person that you know that no longer walks this earth, so they're in the spirit world, but if you can understand all the information, that's your person, we want you to press your raise hand button. Now, I know you just pressed your raise hand button now, but if you want a little more practice and you want to press it again, why this is important is sometimes there's more than one person that can understand all the information. So you'll notice that that raise hand button changes to lower hand. So if that is the case, that more than one person has their hand raised, Steve will continue working with that person in the spirit world to get some more information. So ideally, only one hand is left raised. If you are that person with your hand raised and you work with our medium here today, or any medium in the future, a few things you need to know. First, I'm going to press a button on my side. You're going to get a little pop-up with an unmute button that will appear. We want you to press it. We won't see you, but we love hearing your voice. And when I say we love hearing your voice, we just need that precious voice to say one of three responses. Let Stephen or any medium you work with do the work. All we need from you is a yes, no, or I don't know to the evidence that he brings. All right, so do us that favor. We're really trying to raise the standard of mediums in the world. Far too often, mediums will ask, who am I talking about? And tell me this. And then you're left with, oh, did they really have my loved one? Or did I just volunteer that information? So that doesn't happen. Just do us the favor of yes, no, and I don't know. Now, there will be some members of our gathering today that will get readings, but for the rest, listening, I want you to imagine that these spirit people that are coming through in the readings, they're just as vital to our Sunday gathering as myself, Stephen, or Darren. They speak on behalf of all of our loved ones to let us know that they're still alive and they are still with us. So pull the readings towards you. See just how close that they are witnessing times in our life. Or maybe there's a message that you need to take on board yourself. So please let those folks in the spirit world really be a voice for all of our loved ones, okay? It's as simple as that. And they are here, and they are there, and they are fine. I love that. So we're going to play a piece of music. It's just always a great time to think of our loved ones, really feel their presence. And you think you're using your imagination, but that's so often how they communicate. So as we play this song, think of those memories, ones that put a smile on your face, bring them in close. This is a song I haven't heard for a very long time by Enigma. I think you'll like it. You may know it if you're, well, in our generation, but Stephen picked it and it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to play our song and then we'll be back with our demonstration. Beautiful, beautiful song. Oh, welcome back, Stephen. Thank you for all that you're doing and all the music.
Thank you.
Speaks to my soul.
Thank you. Excuse me. As Sandra says, just listening to what happens, what comes, and then know, as I mentioned before, that there is no boundaries, no distance between us at this minute in time. And I will do my very best to honour those that you love and those that still love you here just now, and just see who is able to to bond and blend and come close at this minute in time. I do feel as the atmosphere around me is changing here just now, and the other world is starting to just kind of strengthen their influence within me. I do feel at this minute in time there's distance and miles between whoever I want to be with and this gentleman. I've got a father and a grandfather. So I feel that I've got, he's the father that is a grandfather. Let me go with this. A father that's a grandfather as I feel as well. So I also feel with this that I get the sense that there must have been like a child that's been born since he's passed to the spirit world, is the feeling that I've got at this minute in time as he comes close. And I do feel as well, I get the sense of Angela as a name that touches my awareness here just now as he comes close. I also feel with him, as I just get this feeling of, I get the sense that this gentleman took the role of being your dad, your grandfather, that took the role of being your dad. That's the sense that he gives me here just now. And I wouldn't be surprised if the name of Alex, because that touches my awareness, Alex, touches my awareness there just now. He's coming close, but now I'm really starting to feel him. He's getting used to me now. And I get that sense of like generosity and just a real sense of just appreciation, I want to say, because I know there's this thoughts of butterflies as well that he talks about, as if you've been saying to those around you, whoever I want to be with, that butterflies are significant, and Papa has come to see us, or that kind of phrases, if that's the words to use. Let me just get a little bit more here just now, because I do feel there's others here at this minute in time, but let me just be with him. I feel here with him just now. Oh, I want to say it's like you're my one and only, because I'm definitely want to be with a lady here, you see. He wants to be with a lady here. And I just get this, you're my one and only, you're my one and only is the feeling that you've got. And I know here as well with this, I mean, many people write letters and so on for those we love, but I do feel that there's still like either fridge magnets, or there's some kind of handwriting that was given to him from a child, is the sense that is given me here just now. So let me just offer this out, if somebody can understand what I've said there.
Thank you. All right, friends, if you can understand all this information, go ahead and press that raise hand button for us, please. All right, we have Jill and Elaine with their hands raised.
Okay, let's just see who else we can get here. I feel here, with his kindness and not to I know that's fine. I know he takes my awareness to Christmas time. I know it's just past, you see, but I do feel, let me be with Jill, if that's okay. Yes, that's the feeling that I've got. I want to speak to Jill, if it's okay, because her name comes to my awareness here just now.
All right, and Elaine, you just keep listening in. Hello, Jill.
Hi.
Hi. Hiya, Jill. Let's just work with you and just see what happens and see how it unfolds, I feel that this gentleman here, as he's coming close, I feel also, but somebody is having, like I don't want, I'm certainly not a doctor or anything like that, but he takes my awareness to like somebody that's either got an inhaler, needing an inhaler, is the feelings that he shows us here just now. Let me go with a little bit more, but I know there's a lady that joins him as well. And I know that many ladies, not everyone, but I do see knitting needles there as well. But at embroidery, I do feel she mentions there must be something that's embroidered that's on the wall, or there's something that's been embroidered that's still kept in the family. Would this make sense to you, Jill?
I think if it's embroidery, my granny did do embroidery, so it might be something that my
Okay.
mum's got.
Okay, I see something to do with a house. I wouldn't be surprised, you see, if it's like the embroidery of a house, happy house, happy husband. I just get these feelings here just now. Let's just go with this. And he also gives us the feeling, and then let's just go with his sense of humor. There's certainly somebody's talking about that's not too fond of cats, you see, is the sense that he gives me just now. Is that
Yeah,
so and so
I can understand that.
cat? Um, and I don't think he's the keen one on the cats. Is the feeling he gives us here just now. I also feel as well as he's given this. And let me just go with this. I feel as I want to give you, I swear, there's something about home, home, home. Because I want to say that to give you the songs like Wrap Your Arms Around Me and I'm Home. There's a song there, you see. And that's why I'm seeing a house in embroidery as well. It's got a little chimney going there in my awareness. So please know that I've mentioned that embroidery in that way. And also there as well, there must be something written in the embroidery as well. It's not just a picture. It's not just like an embroidery of a house, whatever. But there's some kind of writing in the corner of the frame there. I want to talk about too. So let's just go with this because there's a reason why he brought cats and so on. And I feel here just now as if he takes my awareness to whoever who's wanting to talk about, like somebody else as well. Somebody else that's Rosemary and Mary. I understand the name of Mary. I know it's a common name, but I know the
There's
name of Rose as well.
Rose was my granny, and Mary it was my grandfather's sister.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Let me just go. I just feel here as well. Yeah, I guess as I'm saying this, it's whatever's going on in your life. And again, it's your choice as well. But there's this thoughts of like decisions, as if my mind at this minute in time is, I feel as if actually a minute, I feel as if we're stuck between distance, but also it's like, I don't know where I want to be. Do I want to be here? Do I want to be there? There's that feelings coming to my awareness just now. But I also feel as well with your grandfather, especially, it's just that song. It's his arms being wrapped around somebody in this life that's needing the love, the care, the attention, and so on. And I also feel as well as if I want to give the reassurance that your words, a distance might be between you, but your words are within your soul, as we know this. Your soul speaks through your words, as if you're at a distance and you speak down the phone and this kind of things. And I just feel that there's healing there. And I do feel as well, as he's just, there's this, let me just go with him. I just feel with him, there's this hesitation at this minute in time. And let me just relax. That'll be a good idea. Let me just relax into his presence just a little bit more. Got a cigarette here just now, so I have to throw away that cigarette.
Yeah.
And I feel here there's music touching my awareness. His music touching my soul. I also feel as well. Let me just. I get the feeling that he brings. I know it's feels quite subtle. Let me just relax into him. That's fine. I've got him. I feel here. I just know he comes with fighting strength. Now I know he's got this kindness and gentleness, but he's got a fieriness about him as well. And I feel here as if you are certainly being the strength for whoever he is
Yeah.
talking about, and he's giving you the, don't take no
Yeah.
nonsense, is the feeling that he gives, like sorting things out, being on the phone to certain people, and he hates that cat. I just gotta say it. He doesn't like that cat. He just gives that feeling there just now, and um, I think it's that. That's where he's going. It's the emotion. It's a funny way to give it to me. It's the emotion within that strength and that fieriness of not wanting or liking that cat, that he is doing his best to embed in yourself, so you have the fieriness and the emotion to don't take no nonsense.
Yeah.
Don't take no for an answer, is the feeling that I've got here with
Yeah.
whoever you're calling for health and so on. I'm not saying anything's going to happen. I don't know. I'm certainly not saying that, but I just know that he's just looking out for you, helping you look out for others, and it just this real sense of appreciation. But I do feel a sense of comfort coming here into my arms at this minute in time, with him, and that's a big thank you to you, Jill, as he gives, a big
Oh,
thank you to you. And again, Alex comes to my thoughts again with his hat, and in his hat there's I wouldn't be surprised, I get the feelings of his name was written in his hat, or these thoughts of a hat, it's got his name written in it, and a big feather as well. It's touched my
yeah.
awareness, if that would make sense to you. Is that okay for you?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're so welcome. You're so welcome.
Thank you, Stephen.
Love to you and him.
Thank you, Jill.
Okay, let's see who else. As I take a deep breath, there's a big queue of people all barging in here, and I just get this sense of fieriness again, that strength to be here for whoever I want to speak to, as if I've got I actually feel as if I've got somebody that he talks about being like an amateur boxer, or there's feelings of being an amateur boxer, or somebody there. He's bringing my awareness to this gentleman, but I do feel as if I'm going back to the younger days, and the thoughts of like Muhammad Ali, and this like either his hero, or there's these feelings coming to my awareness at this minute in time, as he comes here just now. But I do feel, and I'm not going back to those hard times, but I want to say it's like there's a feeling of wanting to taking away the hardship, or that stain of the mind of having to watch him losing his weight, and all this kind of stuff, as he gets to the point of where it's not him, and he's coming in this way to say it's not him. And I know here as well, he wants to bring to whoever I want to speak to here, that I am fine. That word comes again, but I'm fine here just now. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's Texas I want to go to, or I know that Texas brings my awareness goes to Texas. So I don't know if I'm there, but Texas has got something to do with something anyway. That's the feeling that I've got. Let me just digest this for a little bit more. And I know he talks about family and holidays and just all these wonderful things and wonderful times. But I feel, let me just go with this, as if I'm going to reach through the screen to whoever I want to be with, because I get the feeling of there's somebody here that's kind of like, is it for me, is it not, as if there's a hesitation, and he's wanting to just kind of get you, and we'll go with this. Don't worry, we'll get this. And it's like bring you on the screen, obviously, but I know I want to be with someone here as well that might not necessarily believing in this stuff, or there's somebody he's bringing awareness to that just isn't believing in this stuff, is the feeling that he's got. Please note I mentioned Texas keeps coming to my awareness. So with this, I'm just going to offer this out because I'm seeing family photographs and holiday photographs. I'm seeing a big lizard there as well. So let me just offer this out. Can anyone understand anything that I've said? We've got Janine. Janine? Hi, Janine. Hi there.
Janine, you just have to press your unmute button. We see your hand raised. It could be by accident. Sometimes that happens. Hopefully not. Janine, are you able to press your unmute button? You have your hand raised. Well, this is one of those times that this kind of thing happens. Oh, she's not able to unmute. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, could you work with her and she could type in
Yeah, I was gonna
Y?
say, can she work in the chat box, or
If you could, Janine, just do a Y for yes and for no.
and I'll just open the chat box here as well. There we go. Okay, there we go, Janine. First of all, can you understand everything or nearly everything that I've said there? That's good. I feel here as well as this giant, the name of Charles or Charlie comes to my thoughts as well, you see, as he's bringing this. But I do feel as well he's either talking about like not to make it distant, but I just get the feeling of distant relatives. But I do feel here as well he mentions like a brother, an uncle to you, or as an uncle, as a brother that he brings my awareness to. But I feel with this gentleman as if I want to say, as if he's here with me in the spirit world. I've either got a brother, an uncle. It's the feeling that I've got here in the spirit world. Would that make sense to you, Janine?
Yes.
That's good. And I feel here as well as he's bringing all of this. I just feel he's making it. Sorry, that's not me laughing, it's he's laughing with his thoughts here just now as they touch our awareness. And I just feel as if he wants to bring this laughter, this smile to you just now. And I know he's talking about family times, family memories, going back to either Mexico. Mexico must come to your mind somehow, somehow. Mexico touches my awareness. Would this make sense to you? Not sure.
Maybe. M for maybe.
That's a good way. That's a good way. I would have never have thought of that. That's good. So let me just go with this because the feeling of Mexico comes to my awareness as well. But I get the feeling here as well of like thoughts of like finding your family heritage. I know again Christmas time comes into my thoughts here just now as he's coming to our awareness. But really here, just this minute, he takes my awareness right to you here just now. And I know everyone goes through difficult times, but he does mention he wants to bring a sense of calmness to your mind, a sense of reassurance to your mind in the way of please to try not figure everything out at once is his advice. So that's fine. Try not figure everything out at once is his advice. Sometimes with family members, he mentions that we're not able to do too much about, although the frustration and the hardship or that feelings might be there of just wanting to make everything right for certain people. He brings my awareness to sometimes nature's just got to take its course. But this makes sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. And just as he comes there just now, he brings a big kiss to you, you see. And I know here as well, he's saying, you're not alone. You're not alone. Certainly that. And I know he sits with you and holds your hands with strength and comfort. I do feel there's a lady here that's got a little bit of arthritis in her fingers as well as she comes, and as well that's with him. I wouldn't be surprised if it's his mum. I feel a sense of mum in the spirit world. Did that make sense to you just before we? Grandmother, that's all
Grandmother,
right. That's
GM.
fine. That's fine. But I just feel the sense of them both here just now. But although the physical touch isn't there, please know the love, the reassurance, and everything there is within his living thought. Their living thoughts for you just now. And I just feel with you his advice, their advice is certainly just don't figure everything out at once. Just take a breath. Take a breath because it's just that you can't see it. That's all. That's all. There's so much going on around you. You can't gather it all at once. You know, there's so many, mind's been pulled in so many different directions. I know it happens with everyone, but I even feel as if it's to do with like house moves, change of jobs, and just with different people in the family. And there's just lots of stuff going on there just now. So you just take your time and just relax is the feeling that he gives as well, with his strength and reassurance and the smile that comes as well with him too. Would that be okay for you? You're so welcome. So love to him, your grandmother, and love to you as well. Thank you, Janine.
Thank you very much.
Okay. As I take another deep breath and within that process, I do feel here the sense of a younger, oh, there's lots of young people here. And I feel here the young lady, teenage girl, is the feeling that I've got at this minute in time with me. And I know here as well, again, which don't want to, I feel her dad must be here, or the sense of dad that she mentions is the feeling. And I feel here as well as she comes close with this, because I know it's like that hardship of someone being ripped away in that sense is how it feels, you know. And let me just close that chat box. And as she comes close, I just get the feelings of it's like I hear your prayers, I hear your prayers, and the mentions as feels if there's like a box or a memory box or there's something to bring my awareness to here just now. And I feel in there as well, as if there's certainly things in there, but they bring my awareness to going under the bed, whoever I want to be with. I get the feeling of it's either a habit of yours or the sense of like either putting slippers under the bed, memories of slippers under the bed, at the side of the bed. And I can hear that it's not a digital clock, or there's certainly memories of like a ticking clock, ticking clock. Tick, 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 tick. I can feel this here just now. And I feel as if it's bringing back to the times of when I was here, when life was happy and when life was whole and so on. And let me just ask, can anyone understand any of this information here? Got Erin.
We have
Hi,
Erin.
Erin.
Erin, if you could press your unmute button. There we go. Hi, Erin.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you understand everything that I've said there?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so for this young, my Scottishness was going to come out there. I was going to say this young lassie, this young girl here, just now, as she comes close. I do feel in her teens, you know, but I feel here as well. She mentions a grandmother as well as the feeling that she gives at this minute in time. And I
Yes.
feel here as if just there's a real happiness I feel with her. You see, is the thoughts that she brings. And
Yes.
and I'm sorry to hear you're emotional, but I just know there's healing in this because you hold your hands. Because I feel that you've got memories naturally of like her fingers when she was a baby, wrapping it around your finger, her hand around your fingers. You see, is the
Yes.
feelings that she gives because she says, I'm still your little girl. I'm still the little girl there in some sense, you know. But I want to say to you, it's like I'm breathing. I can take a sense. I've got a sense of freedom within my awareness here just now. God, my Scottish was coming right out there, wasn't it? Freedom comes out there just now, and but that's her influence of just wanting to like shout that in some way.
Yes.
I was saying it's like you don't have to feel as if you're naturally we do because we've got this material world, you know, perception should I say, but it's like you don't have to feel that. And I know here just now she takes my awareness back to the memories and the days of like because I can hear the ticking of the clock, tick 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 tick. It's like a little clock there just now sitting beside the bed within my awareness. But I also feel as well, would you know why she shows me like a gentleman's watch there as well? There's a gentleman's watch. It's either been in that sits by the bed or in the drawer by the bed.
No.
No. Let me just find out where this is going then. Okay. Um, would you understand why she mentions her dad? Her dad. Because I had the feeling of a father as well, you know.
No.
You don't. Let me just keep going with this and see what happens. So I'm just going to try and honour her the best we can. Um, let me just relax into her presence and go back to where we were. And then see if she can weave our thoughts in the right direction to make things right again in some way and pull our hearts, our soul, our minds together. Because I get the feeling here as well, as when she mentions a thimble too, a thimble. And I feel here as well that she does talk about a gentleman she brings my awareness to. And I feel here as well there's this jokingness about him in the way of it's like I want to play tricks either with coins. It's like my
Yes.
granda used to say, I want to pinch your nose, you know, and I
Oh
want to
my
pinch
gosh,
your nose.
yes.
Yes. And that's what she's saying there just now. And she's bringing my, and I wasn't surprised that that's where the watch is for some reason. There's something to do with the watch
Okay.
there. And that she brings that here just now. She's doing so well. And I just feel she wants to sing for you. She wants to sing for you, and I'm not going to do it, because you'll run away. Because I just got this real feeling, but also she's saying, as I bring you butterflies. I bring you butterflies. And I feel here as well as our ladybird as well, you know, the expressions in
Yes.
life is everywhere. The smell in the air of the flowers and the roses. The wind, wind beneath my wings. I want to give you that song by Westlife, if you can listen to that song. And just, she's as if she's saying, she sits on your knee and she wraps her arms around your neck, your head, your neck, and just giving you this big
Yes.
cuddle. But in the way of it's like, you know, it's just words in some way that I'm trying. If you could experience more than my words just now, and truly, really, truly, of how close she is at this minute in time, and always, you wouldn't doubt it's that sense of separation she wants to just take away. You found your, that's fine, we got it. You found your way, and you're finding your way in life. And if you can remember this song as well, I've got like a little jukebox in my mind, because there's one called Moments by Lenk Lewis, Lenk Lewis. Moments by Lenk Lewis. If you listen to those songs, she's saying it's a gift from me, and now you can find me everywhere. So just listen to those words. I'm oh my God, I sing again. It's like Somewhere Over the Rainbow comes as well. And Eva Cassidy brings that version because it's got a certain tone in her voice, as if she speaks through her influence, her presence, because it touches the soul of you and her presence is within your soul. It can unite the two of you together again through the form of music. So please know that's a gift from her, and that's there for you. And she just, would you understand? Just before I go, it might be Amy.
Yes,
Yes, that's fine.
yes.
She's
Emery.
okay. She brings that again, and I know that I need to go in a second. There's a gentleman here just now giving a wave and letting you know that I've given up the cigarettes as well. You see, I've not got I've not got any of that anymore, and we're happy. Just please, I don't know if you live alone. I just don't want you to feel as if you're living alone. Living alone, you're not alone. You see, it's just Christmas time is. She brought that a little while ago. You see, I know it's weaved within our minds and hearts, but she brings our thoughts to. If you can place a bauble on the tree for me when it comes time again, there's decorations and certain things around. But I also want to say to you, place a butterfly on the tree. Place a butterfly. In your, it just doesn't have to be your Christmas time, because my awareness is going to that beautiful reading that Sandra read earlier, and I feel she was saying that was for you. That's for you, she's saying. So please know that she's been here touching the soul and the beauty within Sandra to inspire
I do.
her, you see. And I just know that she will continue to be the smell within the roses and everywhere. So just know that she's there so much. So I will
Thank you
leave her
so
with,
much.
and when I say leave her with your love, she doesn't stay here with me, you know. She's right there with you always and forever. So thank you for
Yes.
listening
Thank
to
you.
me. Thank you, Erin. You all right, Sandra? Have we got time for another one? Or is it?
If you'd like to, we don't mind going over, or it's up to you.
I don't mind. Yeah.
Okay,
I just didn't want
one
to,
more.
just couldn't leave that one too early, just because it was so. Oh, as I drink that water, oh, smells of whiskey. They're just out, and I promise you, it is water. It's not whiskey. Although I do like whiskey, but that the sense of whiskey touched my awareness there just now, and I can really feel a sense of alcohol in my breath, and know that that's not who this gentleman is now, or that's fine. There's a lady here as well, you see, and I don't feel it's not who we are now, or who he was now, is now, should I say. That's a better way to say it. Let me just relax for a second and just allow the natural process just to strengthen as I relax for her. So I've got this lady here first at this minute in time. And I know she brings my awareness to someone she wants to talk about, either being in some kind of like a military kind of music band, or playing a trumpet, or something like this. This is feeling that I've got here. And I know also, although that's there, the sense of jazz comes to my awareness. Louis Armstrong comes to my awareness. I'm not saying I've got him here, that's for sure, but I just now get this feeling of it's a wonderful world. This music comes through my awareness at this minute in time, and let's just see exactly why we've got this and who's giving this. And I know I've got a proud gentleman. I know there's a lady, but I've got this real sense of a proud gentleman here just now, a proud dad, and I do feel that he goes certainly like far too young. Is the thoughts what I want to give, but I also hear the song "Forever Young I'm Gonna Be" that comes to my mind here as well just now. And let me just see who he wants to be with. I do feel like a military man here. and I got this real sense of honor and pride, and I do feel with him as if he would have certainly a son still alive today, is the feeling that he gives here just now. Let me just ask, can anyone understand anything that I've said? There's got a lady, I've got a gentleman, a military man. I do feel there's this certainly music in the family there. I feel here a sense of a trumpet being blown here within my mind. And I feel music is certainly weaved within the family, as if there's like a musical talent in the family here just now. And I know he does mention like a son, a younger boy, a son here just now as he comes. Can anyone understand this information? Hi, Brooke.
Brooke, if you can
Hi.
press your unmute button. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
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 I understand everything except the military connection.
Okay, let's see where we go with it then. And then, that's fine. So when you say that, have you ever had thoughts about coming to Scotland, or someone coming to Scotland, or someone that watches, like, because what I'm seeing here is Edinburgh, but it's more like the Edinburgh Tattoo, it's called. It's a big, massive worldwide event where there's trumpets and bagpipes and all this kind of
No, I can't
things.
say that resonates now.
No, let's keep working. We'll see where we go. So let me just put that aside just now, and let's just be in the presence. I know time's moving, so just be in the presence and then see if you can weave that within our thoughts here just now. But you would understand music in the family.
Yes.
Music is certainly there, and Louis Armstrong, It's a Wonderful World, and all this kind of stuff here within my awareness just now. And I feel here with this gentleman as he comes close. You know what? I know time's getting on. There's something to do with like the trumpet, the Edinburgh Tattoo. There's this feeling of either someone coming to Scotland, being in Scotland, or something like that. And you don't
No,
know,
this might
but
not be.
no.
No, this might not be for me then.
Okay, well, thank you for speaking there. We've got another three
Thank
people.
you.
That's fine. Thank you, Brooke, for putting up your hand.
Thank you.
Alina and Stacy, you both have your hands up.
Okay, so let's just see here just now as we're surrendering again. And I feel here just now again with this proud, I feel with this gentleman, he's a dad, it's the feel that he gives me. Proud father is the feeling that I've got. And I feel also, did you say there was an Amelia there?
Alina, Stacy, and
Okay.
also Robin.
Robin. Okay. Let me just relax. Okay, this. I feel. I feel with him. I know he's trying his hardest. Please know this. I know we mentioned memory box before, but I do feel things that are kept as well. But it also shows me the sense of either somebody would have his comb or these thoughts, because he combs his hair here just now in my awareness, and just letting you, just be making it a real. I don't think he's. I think it's kind of quite new to him, this as well, because he just kind of. It's like he's getting so making an effort is the feeling that he gives me just now. And then let me just ask, can anyone understand that? But again, I can't get over the thoughts of like Edinburgh Tattoo, the trumpet, all this kind of stuff.
We have Robin and Stacy.
Okay, and I feel here as well, whoever I want to be with, he mentions certainly memories, the love of horses as well there just now, and the sense of like a ranch or being out in a ranch somewhere also. within my awareness. Let me just ask, can you understand that, or have I lost you both?
You have them both. Do you want to hear their voices? Would that make a
Yeah, that'll be
difference?
nice. That'll
That's
be
always
nice.
nice, isn't it, to hear a
Yeah.
voice?
St.
Let's talk to
Andrews.
Robin first. Hi, Robin.
Hi there, Sandra.
Hi. And
Hi,
hello,
Robin.
Stacy.
Stephen.
Hi. Let me just ask both of you, can you both understand everything that I've said?
Robin?
Yes.
Yes. And Stacy?
Everything but a little bit different. That's why I didn't put my hand up earlier.
That's
Okay.
okay, Stacy. Let me go with Robin just now, but don't run away, Stacy, if
Okay.
that's okay. But I just had this just as it came up with St. Andrews, you know, it's a
That's
little
my
town
last
in
name.
Scotland. It's a little town in Scotland as well, you see, it's St. Andrews, a golfing place.
Yes.
And I just had that feeling there, and my awareness went there just now. So as I feel this gentleman here just now, and a real sense of, would you know also here, there's a lady that joins him, but I do feel as if there was a real sense of her having her fingernails done, people doing her fingernails, or there's this sense here just now cutting her fingernails and just looking after her in this sense.
I'm not sure about that.
And let me just ask Stacey.
Yes, that would be my mother.
Okay, you never know. It might work between the two of you. We'll see where we go.
Yeah.
So as I did these fingernails, I feel here as well as they're all both doing their best here at this minute in time. I do feel with them. There's a sense of Canada comes to my awareness as well. I've lost you both.
I live in Canada.
Ah, that's good then. But there's also connections to like the French part of Canada, or there's connections to France as well that comes to my thoughts here at this minute in time, as I'm just doing my best to relax into them. And you would understand the love of horses as well.
Yes.
That's okay. I feel here just now as she is doing her best. You know, I have got people for both of you here. It feels as if my hands want to go to both of you here just now. So let's just be with Stacey, with this lady for this minute in time, because I do feel again the sense of reassurance, the sense of calmness. I love your photograph there, Stacey, on there. And I just feel here as well, this lady, there's a generosity about her, but I also feel as she gives this, would you know where somebody have like old birth certificates kept, or there's thoughts of like going through like old birth certificates. Try to get my words out there. But
Yeah.
I feel as I've been looking at again on screen as well, and going through the family and putting it all into digital, and just getting everything about the family together somehow in that
Yes.
way, you see. And I do feel a real sense of appreciation, and I feel the world in their hand here is like a little globe in my hand at this minute in time, and she's saying it's like, you're my world, you're my
Aw.
world. And I feel here as well, it's like, I know that you're mine, I'm yours, should I say. And I know here as well, just as she says this at this minute in time, just know, I know feathers are something that many people find and so on, but I just know she's saying, like, look out for the feathers, look
Yeah.
out for the feathers. And I feel here as if there's feathers being kept, but maybe like placed on the windowsill and things like that too.
Yes.
And there's a dream catcher as well. She's
Yes.
bringing my thoughts to, and just, you know, it's like, again, there's this song called Dream Catch Me. If you write that on YouTube, I can't remember who sings it, but listen to that song. There's
Okay.
a niceness about it. So there's a gentleman with a big cigar here as well. Just know that they've done their best to be here with you. A Hamlet cigar is the feeling that they give. So I'll say thank you, Stacey.
Thank you,
Thank you
Stephen.
to them. You're so welcome. And now I come to Robin, and I feel here as well, because no time has gotten on, but I do feel here as he is doing this, I just feel as if they're saying that you must also still, would you know where there's memories, or certainly like number 29, but 28, but I just feel as if I'm like writing on a calendar, like birthdays, special dates, this kind of thing.
I'm not sure.
I feel as if I'm going to a younger lady with this. As well. I'm certainly not saying you're old, but I'm just going to somebody younger than you is what I feel. But I feel here as she gives this, there must be gifts as calendars. Like a gift is a calendar that's had like personalized photographs being put on there as well. But that makes sense to you.
And my daughter has one.
Good. That's where we are. And just know that our love is there as well, and reassurance to the both of you, that just know that I'm here. She's saying, just know that I'm here. And just if there was one last thing she could give you, music's an incredible thing. And this is one of the most beautiful songs you can listen to. And it's called I'm Gonna Be Okay by Jen Johnston. You listen to that song, and that'll bring you comfort for many days to come. And that's her way of looking after you. So I'll leave her love with you and say thank you.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. I'll say thank you to them as well. Just know that they have all done their best to work with us all. And thank you all for your patience and being here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Stephen. I got a standing ovation. I can feel it right now. Friends, you can visit Stephen's website at stephentrolland.com, or also you can go to soulfullyembraced.com. And Stephen will be back with us in March. Next week, we have our dear friends, Carrie and Phil, that will be back as our mediums. And friends, some things going on this week and going on in the big picture. First of all, we have ongoing classes that happen every week. Monday, we're with Scott Milligan and myself for Trance in the Altered States, opportunity to slow down the busy mind and connect with the love from the unseen world. On Thursdays with Carrie and Phil, tapping into your psychic and medium senses. And everything I mentioned is at wedon'tdie.com. Just click on the store page. On Tuesdays, you can sit with Scott Milligan with your eyes closed and recharge your spiritual batteries with sitting in the power hours. Also, some good things coming up. Let's see. We've got a 2-day sale right now on Scott's classes. He's got his February class open for registration. And then we have a March 5-hour event about physical mediumship, trance mediumship, a bit on the evidential. We'll have our friend Dominic Bogue with us doing a demonstration there. That'll be on March 1st, but you can find these things again at wedon'tdie.com, just on the store page. Also, if you scroll down just a little bit, there are links to both of their websites, both Scott's website and Carrie and Phil's website. They've got some great upcoming live events. Carrie and Phil will be in New Zealand, Australia. Scott and Darren, you can meet Darren in person. How exciting. They'll be in Orlando, Florida in June, Scotland later in the year, and in the Netherlands as well. So you want to check out those pages. Also at wedon'tdie.com, you can click on the Sunday Gathering page. I want to shout out to those of you who have donated to make our Sunday Gathering possible. Thank you very much on behalf of all of us. You'll find a donation link there. You'll also find the links for the upcoming Sunday gatherings and for the past Sunday gatherings. And I know I'll want to rewatch this one. There are some powerful words. The link you used to join us today will become the replay link in about a half hour's time. So you can watch that, download it as well. I think that's it for the announcements. Like I said, everything is at wedon'tdie.com, including some fabulous new episodes of Shades of the Afterlife and We Don't Die Radio. so you can listen and enjoy those as well. I'm going to pass it over to Darren for some words of the week, our closing prayer, and then we have another great music choice at the end. Over to you, Darren.
Thank you, Sandra, and thank you to Sandra and Stephen. It's been wonderful working with you guys once again, and thank you to you all for tuning in and watching us and listening to us. It's always great, so thank you for that. When it comes to grief, it's, it affects all of us at some stage in our lives, some of us multiple times, and some of us to different degrees. And the hardest thing is when you see somebody going through grief, there's nothing you can say and nothing you can do to ease that pain. But hopefully the one thing we've all learnt from today, the one thing we can do is try and do and be what our loved ones want us to be. If you listen to Stephen with his mum, if you're fine, I'm fine. And I truly believe that's how all our loved ones in the spirit world are. I know I mentioned my uncle and aunt at the beginning, and the one thing they always said to me, we want you to be happy. And I'm sure, it can be hard at times. I know it can, because it's a hard thing to go through grief. But when we do get to that moment, when we can be our true selves, when we can be happy, I'm sure that will please the life out of them. So it can be hard, it can be tough, but let's just try and be happy. Life is short, life is tough. But the thing I took from my uncle and aunt is try to live and embrace each day as it comes. Try to be happy all the time. Try to be positive, and live your life how you want to live. One of the things my uncle and aunts always did, they always went on vacation 3-4 times a year. And as many of you know, that's what I love to do. I love to go on a good vacation. So live your life, be happy for them, make yourself happy for them, and enjoy that odd glass or jug of sangria if you wish. It make you happy, and I'm sure it'll make them happy seeing you happy and smile. So that's my words of wisdom for the week. If you'd now like to close your eyes and join me for today's closing prayer. We'd like to thank our friends, brothers and sisters from across our world for coming here together today and playing your part in any way you possibly can, and allowing us all to come together once again and experience the joy and wonder of joining the two worlds together as one, and for allowing us the opportunity to have this Sunday gathering together under that banner of We Don't Die. And to our friends, helpers and loved ones of that world we call unseen, we'd like to express our sincere thanks and gratitude for allowing us the opportunity to have these Sunday gatherings, for without you they would not be possible. And would like to thank you once again for sharing your thoughts and your words with all those here today who have allowed these words to be absorbed and be immersed once again to bring us as moments of joy, healing and upliftment. And for allowing us all to walk hand in hand, side by side, and work together. Each and every one of us truly finds a joy and blessing to work with that world we call unseen, and each and every one of us does this to our own ability, to the best of our ability and the best of our understanding. And we truly hope we have made you proud here today and made a difference to all of mankind. And we'd like to express our thanks for reminding us that death is but an illusion, because love and life continues to live on in that world we call unseen, and we know that our loved ones continue to be around us all the time, sharing their love and bringing us moments of comfort, which truly does make our hearts and minds sing. So as we bring this Sunday gathering to a close and allow the sun to set on this day, we continue to go forward to the start of a new day and a new week, continuing our own journeys of life and continuing to tread and create our own pathways. But we can do this in the comfort and knowledge to know that you continually walk by our side day and night, continuing us to give us that inspiration, continuing to guide us and help us to truly be the best individual that we can be. And we ask as always that that healing light continues to shine to all four corners of this world, bringing us moments of joy, healing, love and happiness to all those hearts and minds that may be in need on this day and in this coming week. Until we meet again, my friends. Amen.
Thank you so much, Darren, and thank you so much, Stephen, and our friends at home, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us, and special thanks to our friends in the spirit world. So our closing song, I think it's maybe one of your favorites because I know it's one of mine. I'm not going to introduce it. Just listen. Beautiful. See you next Sunday, if not sooner. Mwah. Love from all of us to you. Go pay it forward and make a difference with someone. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.